Good evening, everybody.
Yodels.
Welcome to a premiere episode of Let It Out. A brand new show here on the Basement Show.
Hey, Lori. Lori is the first one in tonight.
Good evening, Lori. Welcome in. So, yes.
Already have 5.
Yes. Right.
So, this we had discussed about coming, and we actually thought we were going to do this next week. And
Oh.
course here. But we decided to do it this week. Just that way we kind of gave round out of shows because, there is no show tomorrow night and there is no show Friday. Now, everybody else always behaves on the show. So tonight, I actually have to behave and be serious on this show.
Yes.
With that being, we didn't start the show yet. So I actually have a couple minutes to actually fuck off.
True.
So there is a story today, and I'm going to give this story today because we are not going to be here Friday, and Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And here's a little icebreaker for everybody. So we're going to take a quick question to the 6 people that are here, and we're going to find out what kind of turkey did you get? Did you get a Walmart brand? Did you get a Wegmans brand? Did you get a Butterball? What kind did you get? What kind are you having for Thanksgiving?
Don't forget what we talked about earlier.
About what?
Butterball.
That's what I'm getting.
No, my parents, if I got it from Acme.
You do me a favor, go hit the dismiss on that. On TV. So that is my question right now. And then after this, since this is the icebreaker, we will get into what we're going to get into. Because, as I said, this is Reverend Grimm, actually. A roasted butterball. So there's our first answer. Oh, and the other thing is, for the people that are here tonight, when we do roll call, it's just going to be roll call. It's not going to be ice cream, and there's not going to be any ice cream at 9 o'clock. But at 9 o'clock, we do have a guest coming in the studio. And Miss Grimm is in the background. She is just working on stuff.
I'm prepping for tomorrow.
So the reason that I am saying about what kind of turkey. So there was a story found today. Now, every year, you know that the animal activists have something that they are going to say because they do not want people to go out and buy these turkeys.
Yeah.
This year's story, Butterball employees are being accused of having sexual relations with some of these turkeys.
Gross.
And supposedly there are pictures. Lori says hi.
Hi.
There are pictures and things like that. I don't know. I have not seen the pictures. But if you get a Butterball, you just may want to rinse it a little extra. Because otherwise, you may already have a brined turkey. There you go. There's my chance to actually misbehave.
OMG. I mean,
I get 4 minutes on every show to misbehave. That on every episode of this show.
What mustard do you want?
I don't know, something that's gonna like make my insides go.
Effing huge.
Hot dog.
I agree with Lori. That's gross, dude.
Spicy brown or horseradish or regular?
Spicy brown. Oh, actually, horseradish mustard. Look, they had to be cut in half because they're that damn big.
I have no comment.
Lori says that's gross, dude. Well, I did not create this story. That is definitely something that would be on the Reverend show.
It was all over the news this morning.
I guess I just have to season it a lot. Yeah.
You just rinse it really well.
Was it on the news this morning?
Yes.
And you know what? This is one of those things that every year the
Because
animal...
Mike Jarrett couldn't say it with a straight face.
Every year the animal activists actually do something like this because, again, they think it's inhumane.
Yeah.
You need 2 cups of celery, 2 cups of carrots, and 2 cups of onions, correct?
whatever the package says. Miss Grimm's actually going to prep, but she will be in the background listening and chiming in her thoughts and anything she may have. So we just may have to listen closely.
There you go.
So there you go. There's the icebreaker.
I think you scared people with that one.
Huh?
I think you scared people away with that one.
You know what? It's better to be informed, especially for people that have high blood pressure.
Yep. I hope my neighbors don't see that report. They'll be eating it.
As I say, this happens every single year.
Yeah, it's somebody's got something to say. and-
Last year it was inhumane on the way that they killed the turkey, and the year before that it was this, or next year it's going to be that.
Hmm? There's always something.
And that is the big thing. In this country, you can say what you want. Unfortunately, you don't always have to have proof of it.
That is true.
But enough of me getting into trouble. I guess it's time to get serious.
Yep.
So, the premises of this show is to bring people together, almost like Drago and Tink. But with Drago and Tink, we kind of still joke around the same way that the kids would. In this, we're giving everybody a safe space to actually bring up the everyday stress and struggle that everybody has. And it is speaking of struggles,
You put the chopper down.
I had to get the chopper down because the first struggle here in the house, Miss Grimm is too short.
Hey, I hate that sometimes.
Trouble.
At least she didn't climb up on the counter like she normally does.
Yeah.
This is so.
So
I try not to.
this is every day we all go through one type of thing or another, whether it be depression, anxiety, the thoughts of, oh my God, the holidays are coming up, whatever it could be, work, not working, overworked,
Yeah.
or just not happy with things in life. This gives you an opportunity. Now, again, we follow our same guidelines. We will not discuss politics, and we will not discuss religion, even though the Reverend is an actual true Reverend. We will not get into that. Just because what one person may believe, another person may find offensive. And before
That is
you
true.
know it, we have a fist fight with words in chat.
Yeah, we don't want that.
This is a safe space for everybody to talk about anything they want to help try and get that off of your chest and just help you give that little sigh of relief.
Yeah, I mean,
One of the other things I had thought about with this show is that we would actually take and we would do basically like little kind of tidbit segments.
Good.
Such as, I thought about one when we were out driving around today. I thought about, because it is the holidays at this time of year, a lot of people really start getting what is called the holiday depression.
yeah. I get the daylight savings depression because I go to work in the dark, come home in the dark, and when you live by yourself, have no one to talk to, and then like luckily I got the show as an outlet, but like on nights that we don't do shows, it's like okay, like who do I talk to?
And that is the thing. Everybody says they've got this type of depression or that type of depression, and other people in the world that actually don't understand depression will turn around and go, well, you're full of it. Depression is a very real thing. And what it is everybody's depression is different. It is what actually makes you unhappy.
And that's the best way to put it. I mean, you gotta sometimes think deep about it, but being able to express feelings is something that a lot of people don't know how to do. And then when they bottle up inside you, you don't know how to let it out without hurting somebody's feelings other than your own.
I wasn't sure. I thought something got slammed. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying like people hold on to their emotions. And like the whole purpose of let it out is instead of keeping it bottled in, if there's something that is bothering you, then speak freely. Like the intro says, this is a safe zone. We're not gonna retaliate against you. We're not gonna judge you. Like we want people like everyone has different problems in life.
Like, one of the things I can say is holiday depression. Now, me, I've never been one big for the holidays.
Yeah.
I've never really cared for Christmas,
You gotta explain why though.
and I never really. Thanksgiving was just another day.
That we cook all that.
Well, even before you. See, I didn't really have family when I was growing up. So to me, the whole thing of the holidays of being together wasn't a thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, it was this person was here or this person isn't around. And now, unfortunately, now that AJ and Hope have passed away, I really detest holidays even more.
Who's it?
Because, Alex, Brandon, and Stephanie are all older. They're all doing their own thing. Stephanie's got children of her own now.
Nope.
She's got a family of her own. Ooh, that's an awesome one. Alex is down the shore doing his thing.
Come on, out.
Brandon's doing his video game thing or whatever he's doing. So we really don't have my part of the family. And the only reason that I really did Christmas ever was for Alex, Brandon, and Stephanie, and for AJ and Hope. I mean, I would rather get a piece of pine tree and just clip it off and put it in a cup of water and put it in the corner.
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, when you're younger and a kid, it's nice to be around the holidays. I mean, everyone can recall the pandemic and
Yeah.
like how like you were like exposed, not exposed, whatever. Like me working with the public every day, I always had that fear I was exposed to. So around the holidays, not wanting to get my parents sick because my dad with his health issues and my grandparents and all that stuff, living by myself, I felt isolated. Like I had no one near that I could go spend time with without having that fear in the back of my mind. Hey, I've been around the public for 8 hours. I might have something on me that lingers that I would transfer over.
Especially because at that time when the pandemic was young, nobody knew exactly. You did know that it transferred from person to person by contact, but you didn't know, was it living on your clothes? Did you carry it in? So with it being that time period, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm stuck at home. What do I do? And I mean, you got Zoom and Team Meets and Google and Facebook Messenger, but it is not the same.
No,
As much as I say all the time, oh my God, I hate people. Like today, I had to go to the store. I absolutely hate people today. But I think it's just because a lot of people don't realize, okay, I think they see the holidays and they go, all right, I got to get out there and I got to get the best deal and I got to do this and I got to do this and this and this and this and this. And they lay such a heavy load onto themselves that they become miserable. Yes, it's geared for the children. Me personally, I would like to go out and do something else on the holiday, but you really can't. No, that is true. I mean, you can go to the movies. There
Yeah.
are some restaurants. I mean, on Christmas Day, there are movies that open up.
Chinese, that was the plan last year.
Last year, we were going to go do Chinese food for dinner.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I think what it is people lay so much onto themselves at the holiday that they really forget what it's about. You know, it's about, to them, it's, oh, I got to get the best deal. Oh, I got to get this because it's on sale. Of course, does the same thing. And you know what? When you've worked in retail, it's even worse because, yes, Mr. Nass does now.
Yeah.
Cora worked in retail. Miss Grimm did, and I did at one point. I worked holiday in the mall.
I did one holiday in the mall.
I did for years.
And
The cosmetic department at Costco.
I did Toys R Us for Black Friday and through Christmas.
I did, what was it, Black Friday to like 3 days after New Year's at Singular Wireless.
I did that at Toys R Us over in Cherry Hill when it was still there.
Yeah, retail is so draining. I would agree with that comment completely, Lord.
Yes. And you know what? I got to go back out on the road. I'm there on the road. I'm doing what I do. I'm left well enough alone.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like this time of year, even though I'm not technically in that department anymore, they still pull me that side of the store because I know how to do the catering trucks left and right. Like
Right.
today and tomorrow, that's what I'm doing. I'm like getting the meals together for the people that like ordered them online. And I started at 8 o'clock today. By the time I looked at my phone, it was 2 o'clock.
Cora hated working the holidays. And I can agree. Because, I mean, I hate going out to the store on holidays.
Yeah.
And I think it's because since everybody is, okay, so I got to get this and I got to get that. And they become so demanding and so overwhelmed and so much pressure that they actually become more ignorant
Mm-hmm.
and more aggressive because, oh, well, I'm sorry, such as maybe my cousin. Oh, you were supposed to get that bread out of the oven 2 minutes ago. I'm sorry. This is 3 minutes now that you have held me up.
Yeah.
Okay, guess what? 2 minutes, it wasn't ready yet. I'll gladly give you something that's not ready, but I don't want to hear you going to the store and going, oh, I got raw this, or guess what? You were in a rush, so I helped you be in a rush.
Nope. I mean, that's like same with doing the holiday orders. If you mess one little thing up, people will yell at you.
I'm not going not near any store this Friday. No, I don't blame you. Today, I did not want to go near the store, but we had to go pick up a few things that we needed.
I'll be back at my store tomorrow at 6 a.m. in the morning, and we have about 375 pickups tomorrow again.
I just,
We got everything we needed today.
yeah, we got everything we needed.
Don't have to go anywhere tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow you got to think there are very few places that are open, and if they are, they're not open very late.
Friday, I'm not
Like
doing
grocery store for last minute tomorrow, that's going to be ungodly.
that.
Well, that's the thing, too. With my job, we used to be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. Over the last couple of years, they actually changed it, so now you're 6 a.m. to 4 p.m.
See, no matter how I look at it, I think that is kind of really, I think it's disgusting. That this also, I think, adds to, yes, please. I think this adds to other people's holiday depression because think about it.
I used to work Acme. When we were together, I was working Acme.
Yeah, you were working Acme when we first got together. Now think about it. Places like Walmart are going to be open tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. So they're going to be open and they're probably going to close somewhere between, let's just say, 2 and 4.
No, I think they have regular hours tomorrow, actually.
Walmart possibly has regular hours. That is absolutely
I don't know.
disgusting. But let's just take a place, whatever it may be, and they will close, say, by somewhere between 2 and 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. Well, now they're saying, okay, now they're scheduling people for after. So somewhere's around 7 o'clock, they're opening these stores back up for like these big doorbusters and everything. So people can come in, and then you see on TV, like the past few years, the big fist fights at Walmart because people are trying to get that TV that is, that 70-inch TV they have marked for $250.
Yep. That's why I did it one year and I regret it. I'll never go out early Black Friday ever again. And the thing I bought, I didn't even use for more than 6 months, and I threw it in the trash. Because I could never get it working the way it was supposed to.
I just don't get it.
But see, a place like Wegmans, we'll only open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow, but then they'll kick everybody out of the store. You might have a couple of people there till about 5 o'clock. But then after that, there will be people coming in to work overnight. You'll have a couple of people work like a 9 to
John,
5:30.
speaking of like,
Huh.
not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. Dad said he was in there looking for you today.
I was back by like the cheese department, by like the meat department.
I told him, I said, just go through the store and start screaming his name. You'll find him eventually.
Yeah. Not hard to miss.
He was looking
I
for
mean,
fry
trust me,
bread.
I feel like this all damn day.
It's my dad. My dad's going to do anything to make somebody smile. And
That's the same thing with me. I mean, I go out and I you know me, I don't behave while I'm out.
No, you guys came into my store one day that we started yelling.
But
yeah, but we have Uncle Dirk guy to yell at.
that is true. And we have Uncle Dirtbag up there now.
Yeah, I need you to come set him straight for me, okay?
I
He thinks it's okay to pick on me.
ah.
I think that's just Michael.
Well, that means he likes you.
Yeah, and the one HR lady I was back to, I was like, I've known him for about 12 years. Just let him go. If I have to, I'll send an enforcer up to deal with him.
So now we've talked about how that is depressing, but where it comes in for a lot of people in the holidays is no matter how long it has been, you look at the table and there is that empty spot. And it is the same spot where that person has sat for years. Whether it's at the head of the table or one of the chairs on the side, the person that is no longer sitting in that chair is being missed.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't consciously think about it, but will still set a place setting for a loved one that has gone on.
That is
We do
true.
it in our family to remember.
Yes, we do it to remember them. Like probably tomorrow, as much as tomorrow is honestly going to suck for myself and Miss Grimm again, we will probably make up 2 plates and put some food on it. And one of those plates will have a turkey leg on it because that's all Mr. AJ wanted. He could give a shit less about anything. He wanted the turkey leg. And when he ate the turkey leg, there was nothing left of this. Nothing, just the piece of bone.
Damn.
He wouldn't eat anything else.
Yeah.
Except for pumpkin pie. He'd eat pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie and turkey leg. That's all he wanted.
And he would
I remember the first.
inspect the turkey my mom would buy. The kids also named the turkey.
Yes, the turkey always gets a name.
Eh.
I don't know how many people, other people do that, but this year we're cooking Joshua.
Why Joshua? I have no idea.
I don't know. That is a weird name for you guys.
I don't know. It just
We've
kind of.
had Benjamins, we've had Bubba's, we've had Marks.
We've had Stevens. We've had.
Well, Stephen was that was after the point.
Yeah, but it's just, we've always had a name for the turkey. I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna have plate soup up the carrots. Just saying.
I don't think my parents ever did
Oh,
that.
we got to go to the store. We don't have enough carrot.
I am not going.
Not it.
Going to a store now? Oh my God.
Well, Wegmans is still open till midnight.
I'm pretty sure Walmart's still open for at least till about 11 o'clock.
You have 2 cups of onions. You have 2 cups of celery. Carrots are not even listed on the bag.
And that's because Trinity carrots are extra.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really worried.
Yeah, neither am I. I mean, I care less. So, now this is the opportunity for the people here, the 7 people that we have here, because there are
5 on Facebook and 2
Yep.
on YouTube.
2 on YouTube. This is an opportunity for you guys to bring up something that you want to get out. You want to.
One YouTuber can talk to she's at work.
Well, there you go. That could be depressing that she is at work and she can't talk because she is at work.
Yeah, it sucks.
BJ's is still open. Yeah. And that's the thing, because now these stores are making, all these extra hours and things. Oh, well, we got to stay open because we got to collect every single last dollar that we can collect before we close the store tonight. But in a couple weeks, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have the hours for you, so we got to cut your hours back now.
Yeah, I see that a lot with the part-timers I work with.
Oh, well, we're going to give you, you're making your hours plus overtime. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get it, but I want to go home and be with my family. And now here it is. Okay, look, I could use the extra time. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have the extra time for you now.
Yeah, I mean, I that's why I feel benefit of being able to be full-time for as long as I have. Because I know no matter what, I'm getting my 40 hours every week. But there's other part-timers I know that after the holidays are done, maybe 1-2 days a week.
If they don't just let you go.
Yeah, if they're getting like 10 to 12 hours a week.
When I was working, Lori says used and abused. A lot of jobs and a lot of companies do that to their employees.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
When I worked in the mall, and right as it got closer to the holidays, my hours, I was getting close to like 50, 55 hours a week. And I'm like, okay, this is good. And then right after the holidays, like right after New Year's, like the following week, I went down and they're like, oh, we've only got this. And then it was, well, we've only got this. And I was only being brought in 1 day a week. And that was on Sundays. And that was because I was the only one that was really able to clean the windows the right way. I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here.
No, that's how I was with Party City. I was working there before Halloween. You're getting like 25, 35 hours a week. And that's good when you're 18, sure. But then as soon as Halloween ends, and then I said, hey, I'm still bowling season. Like, okay, we'll give you 1 day a week, 1 to 5.
Alex is watching. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex. He just said hi. But no, I mean, I get it. I mean, Party City was a perfect example of that. Like, they'll give you all the hours you want by the holidays, but then afterwards, it's okay. Here, 1 day a week, 1 to 5, $7 an hour.
Yep.
4 hours a week. My take-home paycheck would have been $23.28 every week, and that went right into my gas tank.
So while you're discussing that, I want to bring this up. So there you go. There is one of the topics that has been brought up, used and abused. So I'd like to ask Lori if she. Well, oh God, she broke it. I'd like to ask Lori to maybe elaborate on that. Maybe she's not talking exactly about workers. Maybe she's talking something different. And again, this is a safe space for anybody to bring up what they would like to bring up. So, Lori, if you would like to expand on that a little bit, there is a topic right there that we can go into.
Yeah. I mean, it is 2 words that I know very well myself. Because how much I used to get to run around at my job. No, we need to do this, do that. I mean, no joke.
That is something that I definitely think I see more during the holidays. I see more people used and abused. You know, they big with companies. Look, I am going to work this person to the bone, and there's nothing they can do about it. But then when the holidays are over, I can just cut them loose.
Yep.
You know, or you get in there, and I've seen it when I was with NFI. We would bring people in during the holiday season, right around towards the end of October, for when we were doing Kimberly Clark. Now, if anybody that doesn't know Kimberly Clark is napkins, paper towels, tissue papers, paper plates, cups, paper cups. And we would bring people in, and these temp guys were brought in, and they were told, oh, look, if you do a great job, you have a chance that you could stay on. And they would work these guys, and any of these guys that got close to 90, they wouldn't call them back. They'd call in a new temp.
It's just bullshit.
And I'm like, this guy has been busting his ass. Or during the summer, they were bringing guys in for charcoal, Kingsford, or the tires. And Kingsford, anybody that's ever worked near charcoal, it is absolutely disgusting and filthy. Now, we weren't dealing with the stuff out of the bag. Sometimes you had broken bags, but they were shipping it in, and the guys have to offload it and put it onto pallets, and then they would wrap it up.
Yeah.
And then we would take it, and then we would stack it. And some of these stacks that we had were monstrous. And as you're putting it up, the dust is falling down on you, and, you know, that's a big, long run during summer. And a lot of those guys that were out there in those hot 120 degree trucks throwing these bags of charcoal just about made it to their 90 days, and then didn't call them back for like a week.
Yeah, that's fucked
And
up.
the following week, we'd call them back again and have them start working again.
Yeah, because then it starts the whole 90-day period starts over again.
Yes, and I absolutely find that as atrocious on companies.
Yeah, I mean, I know for a while weddings had temps out. They don't anymore, but I don't know how that exactly works. But
I just think it's horrible that you have people that go in, because at one point I was a temp. I fell down on my luck. I wasn't finding any jobs. I found a job at a temp agency. Yeah, I was working for the temp agency when we got together. That one I got lucky with, and I went to BevTech, which I don't know how lucky I would have been, but the one place I was working at, I had just about had my 90 days. Like, I was like right there, and I had actually gotten moved around to different spots. I was one of the few temps in the company that was trained on forklifts, pallet runners, you know, loading trucks, stuff like that, which I already knew how to do. But I'm like, all right, you know what? And then they put me in a packing department. I'm like, okay, it's not exactly the best, but, you know, it's a job. It's what I got to do. And just out of nowhere, I went to pick up my check one day, and they're like, okay, well, that was your last day there. I'm like, what did I do wrong? And they're like, they just said that it was your last day there. And I'm like, really? So they're like, well, we'll find something else, but for the meantime, you know.
yeah, that's how it was with Party City. Like I said, working the 1 to 5 shift one for many weeks, and then all of a sudden, there you go, mostly work related. But have to do all the other stuff around the holidays for your family. You do all this stuff, and then it becomes expected of you, and you can't keep up. You have to. You people in the family are like, "What do you mean you're not doing this?" But that sometimes you just have to set boundaries It's a stick to your decision. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work out very well.
That is exactly true. And that's where I was saying not only companies do that, but unfortunately, family members do that to their own family members. You know, if it's somebody's cooking dinner every year, say it's like grandma. Grandma's cooking dinner every year, and she's been cooking dinner every year for as long as you can remember. Hey, Jackie, welcome in.
Jackie.
And every year, Grandma has been cooking dinner religiously. And she starts the day before, sometimes days before, because she's making pies and she's doing this and this and this and getting everything ready.
Yep.
But when it comes time, now Grandma's gotten older. She's gotten maybe a little bit more health issues. She can't do everything she used to do. She can't maybe drive anymore, so she can't run to the store. And unfortunately, a lot of can't stay long. Just wanted to come in, show some love. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Jackie. I greatly appreciate that. As we can see, Miss Grimm is over there working. Did you break it?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
Carrots are tricky though. They're thick.
Yeah, carrots are tricky. The thinner you get them, the better they are. Oh, and then people just turn around and it's like, well, what do you mean Grandma's not cooking dinner? Look, Grandma's not cooking dinner. What part of do you not understand?
That's
Yeah.
how we're going. We just started with dishes. At my mom's. That's why we started doing that.
And it's a lot on people.
Oh, absolutely. My parents do a whole shitload nowadays. I mean, they expect
And
me to bring
then-
something small, so.
And then that person who cooked dinner for years, they get into a rut because you know what? They feel that they let their family down. Look, I can't do this anymore. You know, my health or whatever doesn't permit me to do the things that I used to do. And yes, and when that comes, yes, it is very unappreciated that, you know, nobody thinks, well, for the past 25 years, Grandma, for days on end, was slaving in the kitchen,
And
footing the bill, and possibly having to work at the same time.
Yep.
And now Grandma can't do it, and Grandma's, you know, not working, and you know everybody's giving, you know, Grandma feels that she's getting a side eye from everybody at the table.
Yeah.
And there's a certain point when some traditions need to be passed on.
If your grandmother were still alive, I can see her trying to still cook.
Oh yeah, I think Cora would know that too. If my grandmother was still here, my grandmother would have been with us tomorrow. And yes, she'd still be trying to do what she could.
Now I know how it works at my parents. I know they ask me to bring like a dessert or something now since I'm old enough to afford it.
Which is something that I don't disagree with, because we will bring a dish. You know, what is it that you want us to bring? We'll bring a dessert. Okay, we could do that. You know, you pick up like a pie or two and, you know, something like that, or something just, you pick up a pie or two and maybe you pick up like something else too.
Usually with us,
Yeah, I would have
There you
her.
go. And Cora said she would. Yes, she would have, and I would have had her at my place. Yeah, and that is,
yeah, that or we would have all been together. Like,
Yeah,
it just would've been-
and that is the thing. I mean, it's, you know, it's just as Lori said. A lot of times, it is very unappreciated that for years, this person
Swayed away.
everything and 110+%. And now the times have changed. And automatically the family, well, we're not going to get this. Okay, guess what? You're not going to get this. Or learn how to make it yourself.
Except
Yeah.
for mashed potatoes, you have to.
Yes, that is true. See, now with the mashed potatoes here, nobody is allowed to touch them but me.
Well, they gave my we had an argument at my parents' house in 1 year because someone forgot to make the mashed potatoes and it turned into a big ass fight.
That is the other thing that I've never quite understood. Now, this is a time, and maybe other people can come around and chime in on this. Maybe they've seen it firsthand. This is the time of year for everybody to be together and to be thankful and to be grateful that you have another year together and you have another day together. But how has anybody ever seen? Hey, Troy. Troy is watching. Has anybody ever seen a fist fight break out at the dinner table during the family gathering of such as like Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Yeah, I've seen food fly across the table.
Here's Johnny and Rev Grimm.
Hello, Troy.
Oh, Shannon said yes, that there was a fight at their table.
It was me and Nicole.
Her and her sister.
Because my sister, and I have no problem sharing this, my sister is, oh, woe is me. Daddy loves you guys more. Daddy loves AJ and Hope more. Every fucking holiday.
Yeah. And that is the other thing. Some people see that during the holidays, which also brings on depression, is that there is spite. Kind of long story. 1 year, I made everything from scratch for Thanksgiving. I had everything done and even had the turkey in the oven before I went to work. A 12 to 14-hour shift at Woodcrest Country Club. They didn't even save me a plate. They left the carcass on the stovetop. I didn't cook for next year. See, you know what? I could definitely agree with that. And Troy said, I can't stay long.
It's okay. But yeah, I feel Louis' pain. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you know what? It's you did this, then you're out working, and then you're going to go home. And the thing is, now, since you've already done all this, when you get home, if the family waits for you, then they expect you now to wait on them hand and foot.
Yep.
Hope everyone has a good turkey day tomorrow. You too, Troy.
Troy said he's going to be with the Savvy set.
Yes, I think Troy said he is staying with his dad and helping his dad cook.
Right.
But that is the thing that the other day I saw on TV, and it was Good Day in the Morning. And I don't know if anybody watches Good Day in the Morning, but every year on Thursday they do like a little, on Thanksgiving Day they do like a little Thanksgiving dinner thing in the morning, turkey and stuffing and cranberry, all that stuff. Now there's Alex and Sue, maybe Karen or Thomas, but Alex's grandfather comes up from Texas. And somebody was writing the other day about etiquette. When you are serving somebody in your house, who do you feed first? Now, somebody had wrote in that they felt that Grandpa should eat first because he was a veteran and because, he is the senior of the group. Now, being there, I understand that because respect, the elders should get first. Then it would go down the line.
Get
But let's say that you have grandma and grandpa and then a bunch of kids. So you've got the kids table. What do you think? And there is no wrong answer here. Lori says oldest usually, I think. Now, there's no wrong answer, but what do you think? Do the children get served first? Or do the oldest? Grandma, grandpa, great aunts and uncles. I mean,
my parents always did the kids first, so they were out of their way.
Yeah, that's how we usually do.
That was usually how it was done. Or in the same process, Shannon was working on like 3 different plates, like the kids and maybe grandma's.
Or yours.
Or my plate. And,
Just because my parents' kitchen is so small.
Yeah. Her parents' kitchen, I mean, you've seen it, Mr. Nass, is
In the
fairly
over years.
fairly small compared to our kitchen. Their kitchen's like a matchbox.
It takes them longer to eat. Yeah, well, that is very true as well. But most families, I know my family is one that you don't eat until everyone has a plate in front of you to give a blessing. But again, not going there. But that's
See,
how.
I have always been the one to actually go last. I'll wait until. Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you go make that phone call?
Okay.
I can't say who, but I need you to go make that phone call. Hold on, Mr. Nass. Go ahead.
No,
I'm going to mute out for a second. Just keep going.
no. But yeah, I mean, how my family always did because we had a lot of younger kids. Because my older sister has 5, my other one has a couple kids. So like we would let the kids get their food first, and then the adults would get it. But then we would all wait and, like I said, give a blessing or something before we all sat down and ate, and then you would all start eating. So I mean, yeah, it does take sometimes older people longer to eat than the younger ones because the younger ones eat 2 scoops and okay, I'm full. But like everyone does it differently. All depends on who, like how your family works. But I mean, going back to the whole underappreciated thing, I mean, what Lori was saying about her story earlier, that they even save her a plate. I mean, that's horrible. You take all that time to prep a meal, you expect to come home and have a plate nice and ready for you. So I wouldn't cook the following year neither. I mean, I missed dinner one year and I heard of after shit for missing dinner because I was stuck at work. Wasn't allowed to eat. My parents were pissed. I don't blame them. So all depends on how like each other's family is, in a sense. Oh, I would be mad too, Lord. I mean, you're slaving over a hot stove for countless number of hours. I mean, I would be livid too. Let's get the clothes. Okay, Steph, sounds good. Welcome in. I don't know. He's typing something, so he's deep in thought. But no, I would be mad too.
Check your side.
This is the last thing. I promise.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of turn this a little bit so everybody can see Miss Grimm. Maybe Miss Grimm can talk in the background.
Wait, Lord, I'd be mad. Also, the thing is, there were no leftovers. All the food got sent home with people. And I see that's bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Now,
I mean,
can you hear Miss Grimm? She just turned around and was like, yeah, no,
no, I mean, how would she feel if she's slaving over there? You don't save her a plate, and then you said, "Oh, I gave the food to such and such." She's gonna be pretty pissed off.
I mean, tomorrow we're feeding our elderly neighbor because his kids aren't doing nothing.
And that's a shame. I mean, yeah, that doesn't fly.
No. And he told me today, he's like, "Oh, well, you don't have to do anything. I have a TV dinner." And I'm like, "No, I will bring you a plate.
I will be back in a second.
Yeah.
I will bring you a plate. That's, not a problem. So I will be right there, guys. I actually just got done. Is that small enough?
Honey, you got to think. I got to cook it down. So,
You don't want me to cook that tonight, do you?
no, I will probably cook that all tomorrow because I want to season
I
it.
just
What
need
I'd say.
to hang out there 1 second. Let me just get this. Because you got to come in 10 minutes anyway and mess the bird.
Yeah, that is true. I have to flip the bird.
Flip.
Yeah, it smells like Christmas tree and garlic this morning in my house.
So
Oh.
I decided that I was going to attempt brining a turkey again for the second time in my life. Now, I know what I did wrong the first time. So I was like, okay.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes.
You know, this is going to come in handy with?
What?
Let me do turkey soup. Look at all the vegetable scraps.
Yes. So I was like, okay. I know what I did wrong the first time. So when I made this today, I do not lie, it smelled like a Christmas tree got into a fight with a garlic patch.
Nice.
Because I don't know if anybody has ever smelled fresh rosemary.
Yeah.
Now, I do not like rosemary.
Okay.
I don't like the dry rosemary because,
Pine needles.
yes, they are like pine needles. Well, if you smell fresh rosemary, it almost smells like a Christmas tree pine needles.
A little bit.
So when I heated it up, it smelled like a garlic grove and a pine tree got into a fist fight, and the pine tree got its butt kicked.
That is what I have been working on. 6 cups of Trinity.
Wow.
And that is for homemade stuffing.
Stuffling.
We does homemade stuffing here. We don't do.
And then answer Cora's question. She says, "I bet your job is crazy today. You have no idea." I did an 8 to 4:30 shift, and it felt like I was only doing about 2 hours. That's how busy I was.
Me too. I am feeding a few of my neighbors. We aren't going anywhere. You know what? We actually got asked if we want to go to dinner, and a couple people have actually invited us to dinner.
Awesome.
Like Shannon, Shannon's boss, he invited us to dinner. He's like, if something goes wrong with the brine or whatever, you're more than welcome to come. Shannon's parents are going out to dinner. If you guys want to go with us, we will make a reservation. I'm just still not ready to.
We just don't do well with large crowds.
Yeah, we still don't do well with large crowds, and I'm just not ready
Sit home
to
and
do that. I mean, I could sit at home. I can sit in my pajamas all day. I can eat when I want. If I don't want to eat until our normal time,
You do it in your schedule. I get it.
Yeah, I could do what I want. When I'm done, I don't have to drive home. I can go lay on my bed and watch TV the rest of the night there.
Well, it's also, I don't have to transport the dog.
We don't have to take the dogs anywhere,
I don't know what the hell's going on with Freya's fucking paw.
Yeah, Freya's still yiping at times with that paw.
Yeah, so I was listening the other night.
Yeah, well, she did it earlier, too. She went to go get up, and she yiped.
Because she got it stuck in the couch.
Yeah, it got stuck in the couch cushions. I think she kind of tweaked it again a little bit. But it's, it's just, I just don't want to go out and deal with it. Like, this year, Miss Grimm is going to put up a little Christmas tree. It was gifted. And this is mainly kind of a remembrance tree. Like, it's going to, and it's going to have whole and custom stuff on it.
Yeah.
But as far as doing a Christmas tree again,
No.
I'm just not ready for it. I don't know if I ever will be ready for it.
No, it's like anything. Like you said, it's holiday depression. You gotta ease your way back into things.
When you come in, I will do lights on the counter now. When you come in, I will.
Why don't you take a couple minutes?
Well, I know where you are. I was going to do that too. But holiday depression. I know you're hungry.
So at 9 o'clock, we should be getting a guest. How long our guest will be staying, I'm not quite sure, but they will be making an appearance. Oh, speaking of, they're actually early. They need to turn some light on or something in their car. Radio's got to go.
I
told you.
Sorry.
You know better. Radio's got to go because we'll get hit with copyright.
I didn't think it was that loud to be able to hear it.
And you have music in the background.
Yep, everybody, look who it is. It is the Spawn. Spawn has returned for a segment here on the new show that she wanted to come on and be here for.
Yes. Oh, wait, hold on. I think there's some comments coming in.
Yeah, voice of hello.
Oh, hi, Cora. I might as well keep my comments up. Hello, Lori.
Yeah, you just keep your comments up because half the time you won't be typing anything right now.
Yeah, it's just it'll come up like with chat or like more. So, and then I gotta keep the whole screen up, but then I don't see you guys. So.
You should.
It just blocks you guys when like the comments are up because it'll take up my whole screen. So,
Johnny, is he ready for his second loss?
you know, Ronnie's
Okay.
talking about his fantasy.
Nope, no fancy on this show.
Nope.
No fantasy
Nothing
in
but
the show.
serious stuff on this show.
Nobody cares.
Oh,
I'm done with that.
Was
Anyway,
it too much?
yeah.
Who's asking how you're doing?
There's no words. You have
how are you doing? I'm doing good. Definitely doing better since last week. I'm taking it day by day, but definitely a big support team behind me and everything. So
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling neglected. You haven't been here in a couple days.
I'll take that away.
I was just there the other day. Well, I actually tried to stop over earlier, but I got to be careful what I say because we have little ears in the background that can listen.
Yeah,
So
but
got to be careful. But I stopped over earlier, but you guys weren't home. I'm like, dang it, they're not home.
well, did you call first? No.
No, I checked your guys' location.
Raiden, why are you sitting down?
Go sit back. But yeah, I'm like, oh no, they're not here.
I was gonna say she can't yell at me. She saw me 3 times this week.
Uh-huh.
When was I just over? Just the other day.
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday? No, I didn't go yesterday because I was too lazy. I was too lazy to go over yesterday.
That's a straight.
Because, I made a whole bunch of room for a certain said thing. And yeah,
We came twice, but one time you were sleeping. And
That was my fault. I think, yeah, both times was my fault. Because I came over, yesterday, yeah. And I think you guys were sleeping. And then I came over earlier and you guys weren't home. I was like, shit.
well, that's why you got a call. Because we had to go meet with my boss today. And then I had to go to Hobby Lobby, which was...
A nightmare public.
called that too.
Yeah, because when I did
bad
check
as
for that
Walmart.
location, when I did check, it said you guys were at Hobby Lobby. I was like, oh, maybe he's at Hobby Lobby. Then it changed. Oh, no, now he's somewhere else. Because I know you guys were pulling out of the complex when I dropped the boys off on
Yep.
the bus. That was like, 9:30 this morning.
Yeah, we were going to go meet with my boss.
Mm.
So, because I'm trying to keep... This time of the year is hard, and I know the crowds are only going to get worse. So we
Right.
went and did everything today and got everything we needed so we didn't have to go out tomorrow and Friday.
Mm.
We may go
Hibernation.
out... What, John?
It's hibernation time.
We may go out Friday night, depending. Just because Michael's is having a really cool sale, and we found something today that
I'm not a stalker.
we haven't seen. We found glow-in-the-dark tumblers.
That's cool.
So, and they're still going to be on sale through Saturday. So we may go over Friday after, things die down.
How can I be called a stalker if you deliberately share your location with me?
Because you asked for the location.
Stalker.
Not a stalker.
He's
No,
a
she's
stalker.
mother hen.
Now,
He's a stalker.
now Ronnie's calling me a stalker.
Well, I mean, you always do stalk your significant other.
That is true.
I
That's just
stalk
crazy.
I
You don't
stalk
want that.
Johnny because I can, and Johnny and I have been friends for over 20 fucking years, and
That's why I don't piss her off because she show up at my door unannounced.
I guess I'm the only non-stalker.
Well,
I
if you're not home and you're not at work, you're either here or you're at mom and dad's. Mom and dad's, I can walk in the house without any fucking problems.
yeah,
Marty
I
will give me shit, but nobody else will.
don't have a refrigerator by my window anymore, so
Yeah. That is true. That is true. So now I got to get ready to start cutting 5 pounds of red potatoes. That way they're ready for tomorrow.
Grim says he stalks everyone. I would believe that.
I stalk everyone. Mhm.
I'm gonna say where's Dixie?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's hibernating somewhere else.
let me ask.
Rodney said, "Where's Trixie?"
Hiding.
Trixie hiding. She had a litter.
She probably
So
did
she's
have her
like
litter by now.
regular. She's like Deadpool.
Where's my baby?
Back there yelling.
There she is. Get down, Lou. Luna, get down. I will take you out in a minute. We gotta wait for Daddy to come in.
Mhm.
Whose kitty litter did that shit in?
No, I sent Johnny the video the other day of Dixie.
Yeah, I should beat you
Dixie
for
gets
that.
kitty litter?
What about kitty litter?
I'm getting videos of this random person and everyone's saying, "Oh, this is your cousin, isn't it?"
Normal
Got one
roll
from Jackie
call.
today too.
But it is 9 o'clock, so
Yep. No
Yeah,
ice cream.
we're not doing ice cream tonight.
I don't know. Ice cream tonight.
Oh, I want an ice cream.
Me too. Me too.
Hush, you.
No, you don't eat your dinner. You'll get no ice cream.
He ate tonight, so we went over to my mother-in-law's, and
That's because he was at Linda's. That's why he
we had like a pre-Thanksgiving dinner.
I had some turkey.
So we had turkey, rice, stuffing, and mac and cheese.
ate. Oh,
And he
Dad said bring your turkey over, and then we'll do Thanksgiving with us and the grandkids. You know, we'll make everything here.
Yeah, I was thinking
Saturday.
if you guys, what about Sunday?
Sunday at work.
Yeah, but by the time we come home, we'll be done.
Oh yeah, yeah, we can do
You're
Sunday.
so
wanna
serious.
Do Sunday?
All right. Well, we'll talk about it. We don't have to. We can talk about it later. It doesn't. We don't have to figure it out now.
Look, Goom's trying to get you guys back on track.
Yes. So where did you guys leave off before I hopped in?
Just talking about being used and abused at your employer. Underappreciated when you cook a meal and people eat all your food but then give your leftovers away and leave you nothing.
I could
Same.
definitely compare it to the boss situation with an employer. I was working for a company named Miller Fabricators in Camden. And mind you, I worked for them from August 15th of 2022. And then when I was working there, I had got pregnant with Elena. And I worked my whole pregnancy knowing I am a high risk pregnant. And I still went to work every day, even when there was times when I did not feel like getting out of bed, I still went to work. When AJ and Hope had passed away, I had 2 days out of work. We got the news Sunday. I didn't go in Monday. He expected me to return Tuesday, but I didn't because I needed to be with my family. But I returned Wednesday, and then he just didn't care. And then I feel like because I put him in his place, that also cost me my job. So then
All right, guys. Hold on 1 second. Grim's got to go switch the bird, and I have to go potty. We're here. We're just in the background.
Keep going.
So I felt like because I put him in his place, that cost me my job later down the road when I went on maternity leave. But then because of that, I ended up following a lawsuit, and thank God, I won the lawsuit. But it wasn't about any money or anything. I just wanted him to realize the consequences of you lost a good employee. You used me knowing I worked very hard for your company. And
Yeah.
that's how you treated me.
No. That's right.
Yeah, it was very, very stressful. And definitely feeling unappreciated for that company.
Yeah, and that just falls under what Lori was saying about using and abuse. I mean, the job I'm at, been at for 18 years, I felt like I was being run around like a rag doll and not being appreciated it. But I was doing so, I took matters into my own hands and did what I did.
Hmm.
And I stepped out of my position that I was in, went part time, had another full time job just to get out of what I was doing.
You got it or do you need me?
Yeah, it sucks how bosses or companies can treat good employees like that because you don't find good employees like that.
No, and I agree with that. And of course, says, "What a jerk." Yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
Hmm. Yeah, and he kept trying to have me drop all the charges against them, but I said no. It's just you need to suffer the consequences of what you guys did to me because
Yeah,
you
get
cost
in the
me.
move. I mean, you're gonna make
A,
him look bad for the charges.
hmm So
No, it's fine. I'm gonna try it.
the settlement was settled, so I'm happy. I can finally move past that with my
Yeah.
life because it was going on a year. And I was like telling my lawyer, I'm like, I'm tired of dragging my feet with them. I just want to get over this already. I don't want to keep dealing with them. I just want to settle this and get them out of my life.
Yeah, Lori's saying, I'm glad you got justice for yourself and hopefully others. I felt used at BJ's and believe I was a good worker, but they did not care. And that's the sad part. Or how I am at my job. I feel like I'm above some people I work with, but I'm still kept at the bottom of the barrel because I won't go into it on here, but like I I don't feel like I'm ever gonna get promoted at the store I'm at because of the people that are there. Now, if I was to try to go to a different Wegmans when nobody knows me, I'd probably have much better luck. I think. Because you stay at a certain store for as long as I have, people know who you are and can't look at you another way.
Mm.
You shaking that stir?
Grim is trying something different.
Which is, are those the Dole or whatever they're called?
This is Dole. Now this
Yeah,
is
they're
no
good.
sugar and no sodium. I was going to drink the Body Armor one that you brought me because I always drink Body Armor, but
Yeah, no, those ones that you're
500
drinking now,
milligrams.
those are good. Me and Rodney drink those. I only buy those ones because of no sodium and they're sugar free. The packets that I use for your drinks,
Oh, yeah.
I
Not bad. It'd be
it's
better
decent.
cold.
It's very salty.
I have three kinds of Skittles. I have Dole and I have Crush kind, and they're all sugar free and no sodium.
So let's make it with that.
I think sometimes when you are a good hard worker, others are afraid of that and they try to undermine you. And I agree with that
Yeah.
totally because the people, if you notice when you're there and you are busting it every single day and doing what you got to do, the people that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing are, oh, well, you're a brown nose. And they do
Yeah.
everything they can to make trouble for you at that time and spot.
Yep.
I was
Hmm.
a DJ for
Yeah,
23
it's like
years. If I was on the day shift, I would have stayed till the year this year because I would have been there 25 years. It's a long time at a job. And Mr. Nast is almost 20 years at his job.
19. Well, I'll be 19 in April, so yeah.
But you know what? You are, I always look at it, you're over the 15-year mark, so you're practically there. So yeah, Cora, you know what? You could say you've been there 25 years.
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't believe I got
it's
19 years.
just it definitely does suck because I worked with two other ladies in the job and neither one of them defended me to get my job back. So it just shows the type of people you guys are and say you have. You really don't. Because if you did, I would be there.
Yeah,
And I like doing what I did.
I was kind of the same way with some of my jobs. You know, I had time there, and it was just unfortunately I Some people here would remember the place, others may not. American Appliance.
Yeah, right over by the Pennsylvania High School.
Yes, I worked for
Right.
American Appliance. I was there for over 5 years. And I came in one day and they told me they wanted to talk to me, and they had said, look, that they were going to cut me loose because of my overtime. And I said,
Okay.
well, try and get somebody to do better than I can, because at that point in time, I was doing places like Jersey, PA, and all the way down to like Bear, Delaware in one day. I was doing anywhere from 18 to 25 stops a day. And I was doing like I'd go into Philly and it would be like the smaller row homes. So a washer and dryer would not fit through the door. So you actually had to take them completely apart and then put them completely back together in the basement.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, that takes time. And I'm like, you know what? Try and find somebody that can do what I can do.
yeah, and that was the same thing when I stepped down from the position I was in. Because, like I said, I felt underappreciated. I was being abused. It was holding me back, in essentially, because how much I knew what I was doing and all of that. But then, like, I made him an offer to go back to what I was doing when I was trying to go back full time, and to sit there and laugh at me, I felt okay. Like, you don't appreciate what I did.
Hold on.
And yeah.
I will be right back.
You can be there for like 18, 19 years, and at the end of the day, it's just like you're chopping stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
And that is a big part of being used and abused by employers.
yeah, I
And
mean,
we touch with how families do it too.
yeah. Well, I was looking like Facebook members. Everyone knows about them. Everyone looks at them. I had one come up from yesterday, 5 years ago. I clocked it at 9:02 in the morning, and I worked till 11:30 that night. And I was back in at 6 o'clock the following day. So you figure a 14-hour day, and then I was back first one in the next day. That's what I used to do because they expected so much out of me that there would be some nights around this time of year I would crawl out of work because I was that tired.
Go lay down.
So I mean, using the abuse is an understatement. I never appreciate it. I mean, you could just the list goes on and on and on.
That is true.
And then when you say, "Hey, I'll come back and do what I was doing," and you try to make them an offer, and they laugh at you. It's like, okay, like you really don't care about me. And it sucks.
Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%.
Too much pineapple.
Yeah, well, that's the ones you bought for yourself.
Yeah.
Let's look at that face.
What, you don't like them?
Miss Grimm just got poisoned.
I used to work 12, 13 days straight. My longest is 13. And out of those 13 days, I was in the just strictly a dishwasher at the time. Out of that 13-day run I did, 8 of them were double shifts.
I bought at Restaurant Depot.
Oh, wow.
So I would do like a 6 to 2, take an hour break, and work 3 to 11.
Okay.
I can't necessarily say that I worked X amount of days consecutive,
Move. I gotta get the bird out.
but
I gotta go to
my days off, I used to get like Sunday and like Tuesday or Sunday and Wednesday, like that type of thing. But I was going into work at like 6 in the morning and not coming home until like 2 in the morning. So on my days off, I did nothing but sleep all day. And I was doing that, every day. So in 2 weeks, I was pulling down anywhere from 80 to 100 hours in 2 weeks. All right, Joshua's out.
Oh,
We're gonna go take a bath, Josh.
I did that at my first job, double shift. Yeah, double shift sucks. I mean, I can't do them nowadays. I mean, they wanted me to stay the night, and I said no. I did like 8 hours, 8.5 hours. I'm not going to do it anymore.
8 and skates.
8 and skates.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Also, working all those hours, you don't have time for like family and stuff like
I
that.
didn't know it either. So.
Yeah, and to a lot of people, family's important. I mean, like I said, I missed Thanksgiving dinner one year. I heard of after shit. So anymore, I told him Thanksgiving Day, if you want me to work, that's fine, but I'm 6 to 2:30, then I'm going to work. If you don't want me to work that, then I'm not working.
Should have just sold a box to my parents' house.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of jobs aren't like that. A lot of families don't care. They want when they want you, they want you. If you're not going to be there, then they'll find somebody else that will do it, and then you lose your job.
I
And they'll
got,
do it for cheaper.
I got lucky in that aspect. My boss loses me. He knows he's a prick without a paddle. You gonna go play with Joshua?
Well, now my boss is realizing the fact that
Yeah,
they missed me in my old position. Cannot do that now. Too old. I could do it nowadays. Too. I mean, yes, I am younger than both Cora and Lori. I get that. But when you do the physical labor I did for 14 years, your body shuts down.
No, it's the same thing with Grim. Grim can't do what he did anymore. It
No,
will kill him. You know,
Maybe.
he would love to go back to work, but maybe after his hip's done, maybe, but he'll never be able to go drive a lift anymore.
Yeah, the real good thing about like what Rodney and his job is like the boss always like the week before schedule, let me know if you have anything coming up so I can arrange the schedule because you know your family's important just because he was in the military and he missed a lot of family time. So he doesn't want people to miss their family time. So he always tries to rearrange schedules for people.
6 hours tops. I mean, I gotta do 8.5, but that has a half-hour break, so I'm really only working 8 hours. Okay.
My thing is jobs that you work for that don't care about family. And American was one of those. This is why I retired because my body could not take it anymore.
Come on, throw it out.
And I
That's
had
like Miller Fabricators. They said they were a family oriented business. Yeah, I
a
saw
lot
that.
of companies say that they're family oriented, but when the time comes down to it, they're not.
Right.
Now, one thing I could say about Shannon's boss,
Mhm.
Shannon's boss is very family oriented. Yeah, like he knows some days are just really bad, and he's like, look, he yeah, the week in May, you know, he's like, look, you're taking the week off when we had the anniversary.
Mhm.
But like you know, tomorrow he called and he's like, look, I'm going to be thinking about you guys, you know. I know it's tough. And you know what? That is awesome that, you know, somebody is actually like that. Cuz not many bosses are like that where, you know what? I'm going to be thinking about you, you know, you went through a tough spot, you know. I know it's a tough time of the year. And that's what I was saying about with holiday depression. A lot of people at this time of the year are going through that, not just because of bills and stress of the holiday itself, but they are going through it because of the loss of a loved one.
Mhm.
You know, I still look at, granted, we don't have that spot, but I still look at the empty spot where my father was. He sounds like a great guy.
Yeah, it's like
It, Shannon's boss is an amazing man. Um, he does a lot. He puts a lot back into the community. He's really awesome.
Tutor
And
for St. Joe's on the board.
yeah, he's a tutor for St. Joe's. He's on the board. When Shannon had her situation when we had the fire, I had actually been the one and called him and told him about Shannon. And when he talked to me, he's like, look, if you need a place to stay, call me. I will put you up in a room. I will do what I need to do for you. I'm like, look, I appreciate it, but I can't. And, you know, he is really an awesome guy.
yeah, like with the holiday coming up, like the holiday, like the depression you were saying, while we were driving, me and Ronnie were talking about like with Christmas and stuff, and like about like how if his grandma, like when she's no longer with us, it's gonna be like different. I said, yeah, it is very different, especially with people that loved Christmas. Like Moosey, Moosey loved Christmas. You know, that was her favorite thing every year. coming together. So I'm like, it's different. I said it's also different now because, you know, with AJ and Hope, I said, you know, I would get RJ and Zoe their stuff and AJ and Hope their stuff. I said now it's just RJ and Zoe. So I'm like, it's still a little harder for me even after this being the second holiday.
Hello, Gary. Welcome in.
Gary, nice to see you.
As we have said, anybody that is joining us now, just bring you up to speed. This is the serious show. This is going to be the Basement Show serious show. So even the Reverend himself has to behave. Now, granted, we opened up tonight, which I think I should get every week at least 5 minutes to get the icebreaker out. That way I can at least behave for the next, 4 minutes. Yeah, Steph did miss that. I could probably really flip her out tonight. Steph, real quick, what kind of turkey did you guys have? Was it like a butterball or something?
I don't know. I think
Okay.
it was like a young turkey.
Is it in a yellow packaging?
Did you see the packaging?
Lost connection.
Is it yellow or white?
I don't know. I'll have to discuss that one with her after the show, but I'm sure that
Yeah,
will free her.
it was already cooked when I got to my mother-in-law's.
Now go with the one in your freezer.
What about the one in your freezer?
The one in my freezer is a young turkey.
Yeah, but what color is the packaging?
It's one of the ShopRite brands.
Okay, that's safe then.
Why?
I already did the icebreaker of the show.
But
Now you got
Gary's in here now, because Gary will get it together.
Gary would actually probably die with that one.
No voice.
So we will bring this up again real quick. So there was a story on the news. Every year, animal activists try and get people to not buy turkeys because they believe it is inhumane.
Mm.
Well, every year it's a different story. Well, this year's story is, and supposedly there are pictures and video of this, which is something you will not see on the Reverend show, but I did it tonight, one, because you will not be getting a show this Friday. But supposedly there are accusations of people at Butterball having sexual relations with the turkeys.
Ronnie's trying so hard not to laugh.
You may want to consider really rinsing your turkey because it may already been brined.
Ronnie's over here
That's
cracking
nice
up.
to me.
That's
I said 4
disgusting.
minutes, not 2 minutes and 2 minutes.
I don't know if that. I think that would probably depress me if I found that out.
People were taking them back.
Yeah, people were actually taking them back to the stores because of this.
I won't say I will them.
That's so
So
nasty.
yes, we touched on holiday depression. So now I will open it back up to the chat because we just did a big part on being used and abused by your bosses or even by family that don't appreciate some of the things that you do. So now I will open it up in the chat for anybody. I don't even want to cook it.
I said that.
Glory. Now we will open up the chat again and we will let anybody bring up a topic of depression or anxiety, something that bothers them personally, something that they would like to talk about. This is, remember, it is a judgment-free area where you can say what you want. And there is, nobody's holding it against you. We're all here. As we always say, we are all on this same rock together for the amount of time that we have been granted. And while we're waiting, what bothers you most? Let it out. There you go.
Damn it.
I know right now what bothers me the most.
Ow.
What, Al? Are you serious?
Big little. Every year I do it. Every year.
Do we know the dangerous knives that I have?
That thank God you didn't sharpen it.
That I didn't sharpen yet, but we know the ones we're talking about. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but Brandon put his finger into the sink one time and split himself like all the way down his finger just by touching it.
Yeah.
Well, last year, Britt was over and she was cutting carrots and she cut her finger and it splattered. This year, Miss Grimm just cut herself cutting potatoes. It's not bad.
And that's why they have proof knives. That's why not everybody should handle a knife. Rodney hates when he sees me cut. He gets scared because I get close to my fingers.
Everybody hates when I'm cutting with a knife because do you remember what I always do with a knife?
Yeah, you rub your finger across it.
I rub my finger across it or I take it and I flip them in my fingers.
Problem is, I'm trying to get across.
I take my thumb. I know I like my Drew Barrymore. I don't use them as much, so they are still pretty sharp. But my other ones are kind of like taking a shit on me. It's really bad.
I keep my knives extremely sharp for the reason in case you cut yourself.
That is true. They didn't make cut gloves for a reason.
Well,
They just did
when I was out at Fort Dix, I had actually got Kevlar gloves because I was working with hazmat and needles.
Yep.
And I decided one day just to see how much these Kevlar gloves would stop. And I took my razor knife and I went like this across the palm of my hand. Now, I didn't get the palm of my hand, but then I started feeling through the layers. If I had gotten another 2 layers, I was coming through that glove.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, and that's Kevlar. Yeah, that would have been depressing to us,
Nice.
to myself at least.
Yeah, I cut very close to my fingers when I cut. Ronnie gets scared. He's like, "You're gonna cut yourself."
Wouldn't
That's
be the
why,
first time.
that's why Gary says it's supposed to be a cut glove.
It wouldn't be the first time I cut myself, but since I know how to handle a good knife, 9 times out of 10, I don't cut myself.
I got it because I was just trying to pull a bad pot out.
Look, I don't cut myself. I put drill bits through my finger.
Damn.
That's the type of shit I do right there. Anybody can see that red spot. I thought it would be fun to put a drill bit through my hand. I don't know why. But yeah, at least it was a sharp drill bit.
Shut up or you're going to
The
sissy.
dog was not happy about that.
But,
Shut up or you're going
So
to
again,
sissy.
Anybody that wants to discuss something special, even if one of you guys wants to bring up something that is more than just either depression or anxiety.
Enough.
What you call? I definitely wanted to join in tonight since you guys brought it in doing the show. It's because of what I experienced. What was that? Last Monday.
Yeah, it's been about a week or so.
Yeah, but
Oh, I just got to go grab a medicine real quick.
Normally, so when I was, long story short, when I was 18 and I had my first son, I was diagnosed with anxiety. I've always had it under control, never need medication because I usually was always talking about it. But for sometimes, I always kept it bottled up inside. Last Sunday, I was in the ER from 1:30 in the morning to in the morning on Monday, because I was having difficulty breathing, and I knew a lot was my anxiety. Because normally I don't let a lot of things bother me anymore, but I guess due to not sleeping, I wasn't eating that day, and I just had a lot on my mind. I went to my dad and Shannon, and I sat there and I just cried and cried and cried, and I don't normally cry. And they know if I'm crying like that, there's something wrong. And it's just my anxiety kicked in because of a doctor telling me I had asthma, knowing I know asthma's not the end of the world. But to me, it felt like it was everything coming to an end because of my kids. I'm like, how can I have this and take care of my kids? So that made me cry. What else? I felt alone. Like I felt like I had nobody with me. You know, I kept crying for Rodney, but he has to work because he's our main breadwinner. So I was crying about that. Um, a whole bunch of list of things. But it felt good to be able to go to my dad and Shannon and cry and be able to let it out. And then to have everybody check in on you, it feels good. And have all those people support you is good. So
Well,
since then, I've definitely been taking it day by day. And I started writing in a diary, you know, to let it out. If I don't want to talk to somebody about it, you write it out instead. I felt that to help. Do certain things that keep your mind off it, and that's what I've been doing. Um, but anxiety is a real, it's real, and it's very hard when it finally comes out.
yeah, well, you don't have
But
to respond to it, but
yeah,
just
it's
going back
definitely
to what
hard
you had.
to cope with it, just because you
Yeah,
think about so many things, and your mind is constantly going, and you just can't shut it off.
and that's why you're triggering it more and more. But to go back to what you were saying, that people checking on you, writing stuff out, that's all I couldn't handle. I tell people that all the time. If something's bothering you, you don't want to let people know. Write it out. Write a book. Write a write a short story. And then people caring about you just goes back to what we said the whole mental mental awareness month. You are not alone because you're not. And the basement trail, basement dweller, we're all like family. Like I've known you for 12, 18 years now.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
would say,
that's what I'm saying. Like the other day, I'm like, you know, I really appreciate like my dad, Shannon, my mom, even though she works overnight at Amazon. You know, she was still there taking me to the hospital, coming down to the apartment to check in on me.
I work together, come home and have a problem. My problem is I keep everything inside. Include that's a lot of people's problems. I have that problem. If something's bothering me, I don't talk. I shut down.
That sounds very familiar. I think that is definitely in the morals trait because somebody else here does the same thing, and then the problem is it gets so bottled up that sooner or later it just
Explodes.
explodes, and you
And
either fly off the handle or you are a basket case.
and that's what happened with Monday. I had so many emotions bottled up. Like it wasn't even just crying about my kids. It wasn't just crying about my husband. It was crying about, you know, my brother and my sister. Um, just a lot of stuff. And it just finally came out.
And it needs to come out. Because like
Mm.
I'm guilty of it myself. If something's bothering me, I keep it inside, and then the people who have known me the longest look at me and say, "There's something bothering you." I can tell. Like Miss Greenwich, she can look right through me. Half of my friends can look right through me. Like if I don't say something, if I don't make a joke, then people are like, okay, what's wrong? This is not you.
When we had the situation where you had to take a little time away,
Me?
yeah,
Yeah.
at that point, I knew something was starting to bother you. And that is also true. At a certain point, you shut down.
And I had that problem that Sunday. I never leave work early. I never call out of work.
Yeah.
But last Sunday, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, I emotionally shut down. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be around anybody. But the benefit of it now is I know I have that support system that if something is bothering me, I can talk to people. I can let my feelings out. I can bounce back quicker than I would in the past.
well, if anybody ever needs to, get it out and come cuddle with an animal. I have a 160-pound lug who will love on you and kiss you and suffocate you and try to make you feel better.
Yeah, when I was upset, Freya didn't leave my side at all.
No, I wish Prey was around back in my dark days, then I wouldn't have my dark days I had.
I mean, Luna's
Luna's
very
Luna.
selective.
Like,
Me, I mean, I am the same way. I will definitely, after a while, if I have something on my mind and I'm trying to keep it to myself, the more that I'm asked, the more I tend on shutting down quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I have something just, and I feel like if I something on my mind and it's bothering me, I won't talk about it. I try to do certain things to keep my mind from thinking about it. Like, Alex will tell you, I call Alex a lot. I'll call him at work. I'll text him, or even if he's sleeping, I just need somebody to talk to. I'll call Alex. Because sometimes I feel like I just maybe need my older brother to talk to.
Oh, you and your brother have always been extremely close.
It's just I
You
don't
and
have.
Alex are close. You and Brandon are not.
It's just I don't have like girlfriends because I don't trust nobody. So that's why I never really kept around friends.
sounds like me as well.
I always kept around family.
I would go to work at time and I would not. I mean, we all have those days. We don't want to be around people. We don't want people bothering us. And that's how I was that Sunday. I didn't feel good. I was
Somebody's
completely
cranky.
fogged. I literally did a half day. I came home, laid down, and next thing I know, I woke up at 7 o'clock at night.
The other night, what night was that we were on? Was that that wasn't last night, was it? That I wasn't feeling real hot.
Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah, it was last night. Last night, I just didn't feel real hot, and Mr. Nash was like, "Look, take the night." I'm like, "No, I just." And that's the thing. And the thing is, I don't even know if it was something bothering me or what, but I just was not there. And
No.
that's my other thing. If I start getting too much into my head on something, I tend on, Miss Grimm turns around and goes, "Space Cadet, are you there?" And it's because it's like I'm fixating on something, but I'm going further out to get to that thing.
It's like the number one thing
And
I
like I
know
said last night, I
something's
don't know.
wrong
It was just,
is it's weird. I like to do it. I don't know why. It's just sometimes I feel like I sleep better that way. Is no, that's fine. Is sleeping in my living room. Rodney hates it. He'll tell you I hate it. But it's just something sometimes it's like a weird comfort thing for me. Like sometimes I just have a problem. Alright. Sometimes have a problem of sleeping in my bedroom, and I never could explain the issue of sleeping in my bedroom.
I think that comes back to you as even being when you were little. Because when you were little, you didn't want to stay in your room. And then,
Mom let you sleep in her bed all
you were always crashed in mine and mom's bed. And then, you know, when you stayed with us, you always stayed in the living room with your brothers.
or you were in bed with us.
Yeah, I
Or you
didn't.
come to mine and Shannon's room and you climb into our bed.
Yeah, it's just something I don't know. It's weird. Mom's like, you're weird. I'm like, it's something about the living room. I find comfort when I sleep. Sometimes I would walk into the bakery and say hi and just.
I can understand that one. A lot of times I'd go into work and somebody'd say hi and I just,
Not today.
not today. Like, I mean, a lot of times I will actually fair warn people like today
I
is
apologize real quick. I'm sorry.
You guess what? It's part of you are busy working, but I know exactly what Cora means with that. I will actually fair warn somebody and turn around and go, look, no, not today.
Yeah, I've done the same thing.
And they will turn around and they will kind of continue to, and I'll be like, look, I am telling you right now, you are poking a bear trap. It is going to turn out bad if you keep doing this. Yes,
Yep.
yes.
You're going.
We all have those days. I mean, I get it, Corey. I can be like that because everyone looks at me as this happy-go-lucky, chewy, goofy ass dude. But there's some days I go into work, I just leave me alone. Let me do my thing. I'm gonna mind my business and you mind yours. And if they come up to you, what's wrong?
Fine.
This isn't you. I'm having a bad day. Just please leave me alone.
Yeah. See, me, I'm not a. Yeah, Lulu's having a day. See, I'm not one of
Kinda
those that,
tired.
people are like, good morning. And I'm like, yeah, it's morning. What's good about it? Because I am not a morning person, especially until I've had my coffee.
Well, you
Once
guys be
I've had my
proud of me. I
coffee,
have not had coffee in a week.
see, no. Mm-mm. That is a very few things that I have left that are a bad habit that I will say. I have to have my coffee. You are not getting me to give that.
I haven't had coffee. Um.
See,
By the way, Dad, Ronnie, we're gonna stop real quick at your place so Ronnie can run some things in.
Oh,
Cause
you may want to go
Raiden's
get
asleep.
away. How far?
About to turn into the complex.
There you go.
Bringing my baby.
Bring the baby, she says.
Yeah, she's
well,
starting to sit right now.
my biggest thing, my funniest thing that I can say about what's so good about it, it's been real. It's been fun, but not real fun.
Yeah, I don't do. Most people know in the morning you don't say good morning to me because
Good morning.
you will get the famous 2 words
Echo.
that I am notorious for.
Turn on the table light.
One of these numbers,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like I was just sitting here and talking about coffee, and automatically I had a memory, which is one of the other reasons why we started Drago and Tank. And one of the things that I actually miss, and when I was sitting here thinking about it, I can actually remember the taste. My grandmother used to make coffee in the morning, and it was instant coffee. But she always got the same type of coffee, and I was just able to remember the taste. And any coffee that I've ever had, I I know it didn't taste like that. Like I don't remember what the brand was, but it wasn't like Maxwell House or Folgers or anything like that. And it was just a memory that it brought up to me probably, God, over 30 years now, maybe more,
Doors unlocked.
30, 35 years.
Luna's gonna bark.
Luna's going to bark. She might rip her leg off.
Gary's like you though. Gary says coffee and that. I can tell you firsthand, Gary's like you. He needs at least 2 cups before he does anything.
Me too.
I don't know. I haven't drunk coffee. I just stopped since what? Everything happened. I stopped drinking it, and I just haven't drunk it since. I just feel like I haven't had the taste for it. I haven't had the taste for a lot of things. It's like food.
Well,
Like
last time
I
I
taste-
drank a cup of coffee, I just fell asleep standing up.
I haven't. Today, I want to say was the first time I ate a good amount of food. Because I did reach out to my doctors today and told them that I haven't been eating like I'm supposed to, and I feel as though my body's tired because I'm not. My body's trying to support itself of what's in there. Like yesterday, I got a Panera bread sandwich, like a half, and ate only half of a half.
No.
And then
It's
3
fine.
chicken nuggets from McDonald's. That's all I ate yesterday. And so my body's like, feed me. Like I need food.
Just
Today-
put it over my Allen on my desk. I'll put it away.
Today I ate
Say it over here.
Yeah.
a hat, like, you know, the family size chicken noodles,
I
Like
think
the real-
so.
the real big things of chicken noodles at Wawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate half of that today, and then I ate some dinner at Linda's house.
See, I get up in the morning and I look at food and I'm like,
Nope.
now I can get up and drink coffee right away.
That's what I used to do. I just get up and drink coffee, and that was it.
I could do something that was even gross, more gross. I could put a cigarette in my mouth before my feet were even on the floor. Now, we don't smoke in this apartment. We didn't, since we've been here, never smoked in this apartment.
Hmm.
But before my feet even would hit the floor, I could have a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. But food, no, I can't. I have to be up for a while before I even think about food.
Same way. Probably at least 3
All right,
hours.
Elena, you're gonna go home and go to bed, girl. You're tired.
And
She knows where she is.
yeah, well, she's
Well,
tired.
I think she hears Dad on the thing, and he's getting mad.
Well, and you can bring her by, walk her little happy ass over. She'll get tired real quick.
She was running around over Linda's. I'm surprised she's not sleeping.
Give me my Cheerios now.
Yeah, that's what she wants. She wants Cheerios.
Get out.
I'm surprised that she even fits anymore in your stomach. She was eating turkey and everything. I'm gonna have fun.
Poop juice.
Somebody's losing what's in this bag.
Which bag? Which is it?
One of the blue bags. Somebody's losing it.
What is it?
Nana's stealing it. It's mine.
That's Moo's.
Okay, never mind.
I'm stealing it.
If it was the boys, it would be mine.
Nope, mine.
Mine.
Her Squishmallows.
Dibs.
Got them from GameStop. GameStop have them on sale for like $10.
Yeah.
So I picked her up some because she likes her Squishmallows. She has a couple, but because they're real tiny, she can hold them in her hand.
Next year, she can take the stickers off the system.
Oh, Ronnie wants to know if we could take those stickers off the system.
Hope you all have a good day tomorrow. Get some rest. Eat some food.
Say hi,
I will
everybody.
see you later. Lori, you have a wonderful holiday.
Yes.
Thank you
stay
tomorrow.
safe.
Say hi
Enjoy
to
your
everybody.
holiday.
Ray,
We will return next week,
Brandon.
Say
next
hi,
Monday.
everybody.
And next Monday, we will have some big announcements.
Come on,
So
we home.
that will be the next day that we are on.
Hello,
Say hi, to everybody.
Brandon.
Let's not forget Jason. Let's not
Now-
forget Chase in the car.
With people that do drink coffee, if you don't have coffee that morning,
Bye.
now,
Stay in the car.
do you have to have coffee in order to function, or do you have to have coffee just to mellow you out to start your day?
That's hard because if I don't have coffee, I get a nasty headache. So I go through caffeine withdrawal. So that's why I had to take a break because I was dependent on it too much. And if I didn't have it, oh my God, it was horrible. Ronnie will tell you, like, oh, she has a headache because she hasn't had coffee.
Well, I'll mix regular coffee and decaffeinated. But if I go to Wawa and get my second cup, then I'm drinking decaffeinated coffee the rest of the day.
Don't mind me, everybody. I'm trying to get in the house.
That is the thing. Like can you say coffee backwards? I don't
Maybe.
think so. Eve cough, Eve off.
Babe, can you say coffee backwards?
I can coffee backwards.
Coffee back. What? He said e-folk.
Eve off. He's probably close right there.
E-folk.
And I mean, he Papadopoulos. I just have to have coffee just to, I don't know, it kind of takes the edge off in the morning because I get out of bed and I just seem very, very edgy,
Here we go. Here's the memory.
very irritable.
And this is something that things you do without
It probably fell off.
I can
No,
touch
they
it.
do that.
Regular eggs,
Roman actually.
but they have to be.
Scrambled.
Cheesy eggs.
Cheesy eggs.
Yep.
Miss Graham just came up with a memory of her own. The kids used to love scrambled eggs with cheese in it, so you had cheesy eggs. Well, Miss Graham cannot eat regular eggs now. They have to be cheesy eggs.
But we get the ketchup.
No.
I cannot do ketchup on eggs. I cannot do ketchup on any of my breakfast. No. Mm-mm. Can't do it. Not even like
I'm also trying to
hash
sell a
browns.
dishwasher so I can run a plane.
Not even a scrapple.
No.
Oh God,
What do
no.
you
I
think
come
about that?
anywhere near him with scrappers.
I guess I'm special.
Now scrapple has to be cut a certain way.
Ew, who eats scrapple?
Me?
Me.
Ew.
Who invited
Look.
her anyway?
There's nothing wrong with the gray meat.
Isn't scrapple what's left of pig?
Parts and parts.
Parts is parts. What do you think hot dogs are?
So that means you could be eating pig ass.
Yeah? Guess what? That pig's got a great tasting ass.
Or pig testicles or something.
You know what? Whatever's in there and grinds up. I mean, sometimes when you're eating, you get that little piece of hard spot. That's just
That's still in Santa.
But I can honestly tell everybody, going back to the whole asthma thing. Yeah. I took all my antibiotics. I have not had one issue of that breathing issue. Woohoo!
Let's see the little one chop her in the throat and see if she breathes or not. So
So
yes,
can I complain to the doctors about causing an anxiety attack?
do what?
I said, can I complain to the hospital that they gave me an anxiety attack?
You have right there, which is something that's actually really awesome to actually bring up. So we've got 8 people here in chat. The last segment I want to bring up is if you go to the doctors, do you automatically start getting anxious?
Yes.
Of course.
Now, let me explain anxiety here. Anxiety is a chemical imbalance in the brain. Now, if you've never had an anxiety attack in your life, you won't have it, which thank God, because it mimics breathing problems, chest problems, hyperventilating, heart attack, high blood pressure. What happens is
Scratch my head on that one.
the very first time that this chemical seeps into your brain, you now for the rest of your life will have anxiety.
Yes, like I said, I was 18 when I had got diagnosed, and I'm 25.
Now, some people can know what their trigger is. Now, I don't know exactly what my trigger is, but I know when it's coming because I will feel like this kind of like lightning tingling sensation start from my feet and go all the way up and end up with like a metallic copperish taste in my mouth. It's not blood, but I know at that point that an anxiety attack is on its way.
I haven't learned.
Miss Grimm starts shaking.
I haven't really fully learned my trigger, like what causes mine. I feel like me is overthinking things, because I have a really bad tendency of doing that.
It does happen. Cora says not really. Now, with going to the doctors,
Oh, I don't know how many times the doctor calls an anxiety attack. Woo!
okay, there is a specific term for that. That is called white coat syndrome. And I suffer from white coat syndrome extremely high.
So do I.
Now, the reason that I suffer from it, when I had my car accident and I was in Cooper Hospital, I was in traction, and before they fixed my right hip, did anybody ever see the magic trick where there's stuff on the table and they pull the tablecloth out and everything stays on the table? Well, I didn't stay on the table.
I didn't stay on the table.
I hit the floor. I actually got tossed out of bed because I had to use the bedpan and Nurse Ratchet, one of these old war nurses, grabbed the blanket and goes, "You go like this," and I hit the floor because my side rail was not up, and Miss Grimm about went to jail.
I had her by the throat.
So ever since then, I have what is called white coat syndrome, and I actually didn't know it until a doctor told me. So a lot of times, if I go into the office, now I didn't get it the day that I took you, even though that doctor had his white coat on. But if I am being seen, I will ask them to remove
It's in your chart.
their jacket.
They actually, because you stated that, they put that in my chart now.
Yeah, because it's a very real thing.
My issue is that triggers my thing is when I see the blood pressure. Me, I'm not gonna lie, and the doctors get a kick out of it every time I say it. I call blood pressure machines Karens. That's a Karen to me. I don't like them. They don't like me. So when I see it and they talk about blood pressure, I get nervous.
Now, last Saturday, I had some major anxiety all day. And I told you about this, Mr. Nass. The doctor had put me on a new medication.
Yeah.
It was not doing what it should do. And my blood pressure, that's been really good for a long time, spiked. Okay. And as soon as I saw this, the anxiety kicked in. And then I spent all day trying to get it to normalize, because now that I was going through this anxiety, it's also keeping the blood pressure up. So yes, little things like that can actually trigger it. But as I said, if you go to the doctors and you end up, oh man, the doctor's coming in, I hope everything is good, you could potentially have white coat syndrome, which is a very real, would you say that's a disease or a disorder?
It's anxiety.
It sounds like a disorder.
Well, it's a trigger to that disorder of anxiety.
Yeah.
So you can actually ask a doctor, look, I'm a little, I'm a little nervous right now. Can you please remove your white coat? And you know what? I am to the point where it's actually bad enough that if somebody comes in their scrubs, I will tend on getting very anxious too. So for me,
I honestly don't go to a doctor's enough to know exactly what would trigger me. I mean, I need to go.
Me, it tends on being when I am in the office. It's not so much when I'm up front. It's once I get back to the room, because most of their visiting rooms are small. They're very close in quarters and very tight. And you got to figure it would be myself. Let's add this on the stage. There we go. And you got to figure that once you go, you got the table in there that you're going to sit on, but then you got the two chairs, and then you got their computer and their chair and the little desk and a couple trash cans, and that room is packed once you get 3 people in there.
Can you hear me?
Yes. And it gets very, very warm in there very quickly. I am always notorious for actually opening the door and leaving it cracked. And most of the nurses will come past and pull the door shut. Like, no, you have to keep that closed. No, I want to keep it open because it gets the air flowing in here.
No, every time I go to the doctors, I always tell them usually to let me sit down and mellow out before they do it. Like
Or
when I'm not gonna lie,
doctors.
I'm with her.
when
Yeah,
I went to
I am with her too.
when Mom took me to the ER that Sunday. So you know how you're supposed to have your feet leveled on the floor and everything like that, right?
Mhm.
Well, they don't do that when you go to triage. Your feet's all up, elevate, like off the floor and everything. When they took my pressure, they were trying to say it was like 177 over 100 and something. I said, that's a lie. And I corrected the doctor. I said, that's a lie. I'm like, you're not doing it right. That means you're coming in here and getting inaccurate readings.
Well, believe it or not, when you actually lay down, you're actually getting a good reading.
No, I was sitting up with my feet dangling on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to take your blood pressure is to be sitting straight up, arms to your side. And a lot of doctors will take your pressure with your arm hanging down to your side. That is not correct. Your blood pressure is actually supposed to be your arm where they are putting the cuff is supposed to be right with your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that way it's all even flow. And one of the things I just learned, anybody that's ever gotten their blood pressure taken, doctors, you would always see them trying to get the airline right in this area. You actually don't have to do that if you're checking your blood pressure. This area is where the artery is. So that's why they're putting the stethoscope there. Because they had put it and the cord was back here. And I'm like, well, doesn't that have to be here? And she's like, no, the artery is right there. That's what we're listening for.
Well, next Monday, I have a telehealth appointment with Dr. Williams.
Good.
Because I reached out to her asking her, what can I do about getting more food into my system? Because I told her I'm not really eating. And it started last week with the anxiety attack. It started. I told her, I said, I just feel like my body can't keep up because there's no food in there.
Well, the other thing is that you got to remember, since you weren't eating because of the anxiety attack, your stomach shrinks.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm trying to get more and more in, but
once your stomach,
up.
Right, but once your stomach actually shrinks, you have to stretch that back out.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Stretching your stomach back out.
Yeah, because such as with your stepmother, you got to think when she was in the hospital after the fire for, however long it was, she was basically getting a liquid diet.
That's
So
what I've basically been doing is just all liquids. And I feel like because of that, it causes me to get nauseous. And then when I'm feeling nauseous, like it feels like I'm going to throw up. So the acid is already working its way up. And then I start getting heartburn. So I'm like, oh my God.
Nothing is worse than acid burps.
Yeah, like
Sulfur burps.
And you know what's worse than the doctors? The dentist.
I definitely have more of a problem with a dentist than a doctor. And I think that is because they are.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm
I
like,
don't know
dude,
about that.
you're lucky there's no teeth there because I would have bit your fucking teeth off already.
I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that really threw me off with the dentist was when I went for my root canal done, and he just took the needle and was like, bam, right into my jaw. I'm like, I can't move my jaw because of what you did.
Well, the problem with me is it takes me a while to get numb. I sometimes have to do 8-9 shots of Novocaine for not to feel a thing.
He did 2 shots of Novocaine, and it lasted all day. All I could say is I fell asleep right after.
When I was having some teeth pulled, the Novocaine was not kicked in. And he was like, no, trust me, you're numb. I'm like, dude, I can feel that. And you're about to feel something too. I think it comes down as far as it goes with doctors. It doesn't matter if it is a healthcare, your family doctor, or if it's an eye doctor or what kind of doctor it is. I have a straight out issue with doctors. Mr. Nast is sinking quick. I can see you're tired.
Wakanda.
Yeah, he's at my butt right now because Zayden's not here.
When it comes to the dentist, I had the last one I went and saw. I told her if I call you to be with, I apologize. So she was actually nice because I was working overnight at the time. She let me listen to music. She said as long as I don't get distracted by it, you can listen to music.
Yeah.
So I was getting 4 done in my last 8. Same here with the dentist. I have a problem with getting an X-ray. That's also the little scoop thing they shove down your throat.
Yeah, I hate the X-rays part.
When I had my dentures done, I wasn't bad with the bottom piece. When they put the top piece in for the mold, I was like, you better get a trash can because I was like gagging horribly.
Yep.
No, I don't like I like Dr. Williams. She's the only one that doesn't give me a problem. You guys saw what's her name? One of the guys you see, one of the people you see, I don't like her because she triggered an anxiety attack for
Miss
me.
Grim sees Jocelyn.
I
I
don't
know
like her.
see Williams. Where else?
I see Williams because she's my primary now. I don't have a problem with the gynecologist. I don't have no problems with them. Only issue I have with them is when I'm pregnant.
I have a problem with the gynecologist. I do not like when the gynecologist is looking down there because he should not be looking down there.
No, the only time I ever have an issue with them is when I'm pregnant. So, but I don't have to worry about that no more. No, they don't not know what I know. No.
Well, jinx yourself.
I really don't know much about my pain management doctor. I haven't really seen them yet because the doctor wants me to get cortisone shots in my back. I'm like, nope.
You have fun with that.
I told him no. There's got to be other alternative options besides cortisones and scripts.
I think the doctors that I really don't like.
You like them.
I mean, some of the
What did
doctors are
What did
okay.
you think about the guy that you took me to see on Tuesday?
He ain't there no more.
I thought he was a dick with ears. I did not like him.
I knew it. I told Alex that. I was like, I don't think Dad likes it.
I did not like him at all because, he's only seen you a couple times. I've known you for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit more about you than he does. And he
Well,
well, this is not the right way to go. How do you know?
Well, I already told Dr. Williams because I've been messaging her, and I told her straight up today that I didn't start taking that one stuff. I don't want something every day. I want something as needed. And she said that Monday we'll talk about our options.
There you go. My biggest problem is right now when I go to reconstructive orthopedic, when I go to see my doctor that's going to replace my hip, my other hip.
The reconstructive place you're going to isn't in Voorhees.
That's where the surgery will be done. Where I see my doctor is up in Morristown.
They want me to go to the reconstructive for my back.
Yes, I will be going to Bowman Drive when I have my.
Well, that's where the doctor's office is. That's where they want me to go.
Yeah, when I have my replacement, I will be at Bowman Drive.
And Johnny will be hanging out with me.
Yes.
Curious question.
Johnny will get to see, Mr. Nass will really get to see what Mr. Grimm is like on really good drugs.
Who did the kids see for their pulmonary doctor?
Pulmonary?
Yeah, well, your lung doctor? Because I know AJ had asthma.
They always went to Fry or Lisa.
They didn't see a pulmonary doctor?
I don't remember if AJ went to one or not.
Dr. Howard Sowell.
Not sure.
That's my cardiac. That's my pulmonary.
Yeah, that's Miss Grimm's
Because
pulmonary.
they recognized my last name. He's
Yeah.
like, Marls. I'm like, yeah. And I told him, he's like, I remember the two children. What do you want? Hi, Moo.
But I am really not happy lately with the x-ray techs at my surgeon's office. Because I have to bend certain ways so they can get certain shots of the hip. And it is really not friendly.
I feel like doctors, like, my opinion is what Moo said.
She's a goat.
I feel like doctors trigger certain things in people so they can get paid more money from the insurance companies. That's what I feel like.
To some degree.
Like, oh, you have this. Okay, we'll do this to you. More money in our pocket.
So we are just over the 2-hour mark. I know Mr. Nast has an early morning tomorrow.
Mr. Ness will call you out tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
I need to actually put the heating pad on my neck because my neck and shoulders are just so bad. Like it's actually causing me a headache on how stiff the muscles are.
Well, I'm gonna come steal that heating pad after tomorrow. So
I have a heating pad.
Gary says he's off tomorrow.
I'll be nice. Have a nice holiday. That's what I'm gonna say.
He's gonna be nice. See, we agreed that we had to behave on this show. Call out, John.
No, I'm not gonna pass up having time in the house.
So I
You know
think
what? You take this, you take this lump, but then you wait down the road to when you really want to take that spot. And go,
Okay,
guess
He'll
what?
never do it.
Today's the day I'm going to do it. No, he is going to do it one day because I am going to force him to do it one day.
I'll call out. He's not coming in. He's locked in my basement. Sorry. He's stuck underneath my dog. He cannot come in. She will not let him up.
Pop, somebody's getting happy.
I'm going where you used to live at. Where, up in Shade, Gary?
Yeah, his oldest son just got an appointment at Complex.
Oh,
No, here's something crazy. I was supposed to.
double time.
I actually got approved for an apartment there, like before I found Washington Way. And everybody begged me not to do it. They're like, "Don't do it."
I tell everybody, look, just be really careful in that place. Unfortunately, you've seen what we've gone through, and that is how all of the place is up there. It is a rough section, and depending which section you're in, it can get really rough in that section.
It doesn't help that a mom and her son
Safe, Gary.
was butchered in one of those apartments. What did they do about that?
Do what?
I said before, like what, a year or two before you and Shannon moved in there, a mom and her son were butchered in one of the apartments.
That was a couple of years before we moved in. Yeah, there
I
was a
said
mother
that
and
was like a
son.
year or two before you guys moved in there. A mom and her son were brutally butchered in their
If
apartment.
you went out to the parking lot where we lived, you know where my car was parked?
Mhm.
Directly across the street's the maintenance shed. If you go down the drive, it's right there by the maintenance shed and go around the back. That's where it happened, right over there. That
don't know,
section and the other section around back are tough at nights. The
It's not.
main sections aren't too bad.
It's like not too long ago over here by the trash dumps. What I found, I was so mad.
You found
So-
a drug.
I found a baggie, and then I found by the dumpster a needle.
Thing is, it's everywhere.
I was so mad because I've been here for 4 years and never ever saw something like this.
It's everywhere that you go, and that is
It's
the thing.
horrible.
I mean, in Fox Meadow, your sister picked up a what is that?
It's Lindor chocolate.
Oh, your sister picked up a heroin needle around.
Oh my god, I would have screamed.
Yeah, we took her to the hospital. Had her
Yeah, I
tested
would have
for
took her
everything.
right to the hospital.
Yep.
But I think when the dumpster people came to like dump out the trash, I think they end up picking it up and throwing it away because I don't see it anymore.
It's possible.
But that's just my fear because the boys take out the trash, they see something like that and they pick it up.
So, Mr. Nass, what do you think, sir? Are you ready to start doing your closeout?
Yeah, whenever you guys are. I want to interrupt your conversation.
No. This is you too. I just tell you're tired.
No.
Not much. Just a little bit. So we'll bring Miss Grimm in for this too. You got to move around.
I will. Give me a second.
No, let's go. Come on.
Can I still be your seat for a minute?
I'm having an issue with my toe again.
Are we keeping spawning for this, or are we kicking her out?
It doesn't matter if we want to keep her for that. We can.
She doesn't know to close that though. Should we test her?
She knows how to read a screen.
Oh, well, you gonna read the script?
Spawn is special guest. Spawn doesn't do closeout.
Ha Spawn is special guest. She doesn't do closeout.
Fine. Bye.
All right. So we're going to start
You
with
think my
that.
spot there?
So we're going to start with this one as we always do. Find Holland Customs on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Again, if you can think it, we can make it. There are many things that we are making. We just brought in new tumblers today. They are glow-in-the-dark tumblers. And not only can you get them in green, but we can look for other colors as well.
Purple, blue, and
Orange.
orange, I think.
Neon?
They sound really cool. Or we can do color changing ones. So again, find Holland Customs on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. You can message myself, Ms. Grimm, contact the Spawn or Mr. Nast, or find the link on the Basement Show. Everybody can tell you that we put 100% all handmade and put together, as everybody says, with love, because we will not put our name on anything that we will not back.
Correct.
And what do you always say? If you can think it, we can make it.
Yep.
Mr. Nast, that one's you.
My big project, hopefully coming sooner than later, thebasementshowlive.com. Plain and simple, bye social media. And hello, public URL. Where we can do what we want, how we want, when we want, with we want. And the whole kit and caboodle is a project that will still be in the works. So we'll have post bios. Every single show will have a breakdown on it. Holmes Customs will have a spot on there as well. And the live shows will be broadcasted on there. The biggest issue I am having looking at these different sites is finding a chat option so you, the viewers, can come along with the ride with us. So as long as there is no other sites out there that allow the chat feature as we are live, then we will stay where we're at to still have the interaction, because I always say you viewers make these shows. But hopefully by the start of the new year, this will be up and running, and we can have some fun and not get the copyright BS anymore. So please stay with us a little bit longer.
Okay. You good on that one?
Yep.
All right. So Miss Grimm is going to take the next one.
All right. So Mondays, you have the Grimms. You get 2 hours of shenanigans that is our life. You
A
can,
moo show.
yeah, and the Moo Moo Show. You can see anything from us cooking to working on projects to me and Grimm throwing things at each other. The mayhem that is Luna and Freya. You get it all. You get it all. Tuesdays, the memories of Drago and Tink. As always, it's not just about the memories of the children. It's about the memories of any loved one who has passed. Wednesdays will be the Let It Out show. As we started our pilot today, yes, that will be Wednesdays. Thursdays is entertainment night with Mr. Nast and either Grimm or myself or whoever else jumps in, and that's our game night. Friday, we know, is the Rev Grimm show. That is at 9 o'clock. Monday through Thursday, just stay tuned for the post to see what time we're going to be on. And just keep an eye out for pop-ups. You never know. I may go live tomorrow with Grimm playing with his bird.
I'm not watching.
I could call it mayhem at my parents' house and go live while dinner.
There
Well,
you
remember, you did have that talking bird at my parents' house.
go. That is true. I used to have a talking bird at her parents' house.
It was the For Real Pets parrot.
Yep, and I used to get yelled at to put my bird away at the table.
No, you
Remember
won't get
those Zuzu pals I used to have?
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Well,
guess what? Guess what? Spawn gets this one.
What? Why does Spawn get what?
do it.
Spawn is, I don't know what. I don't understand what. It just went away.
Oh, it's
Read
coming
it.
back.
Oh, that's it.
Oh yeah, you missed it.
So it says here at the bottom, follow the Basement Show with Mr. Ness on Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I don't think they really. It's just a lot of promotion on TikTok, but always check on the Facebook page for any new shows, pop-ups, or anything that might come across. YouTube, you can watch on YouTube. I know I don't even see anybody on YouTube. Anyway,
We get some people at times.
my computer's broken. Sorry. But always make sure to check out Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok for any new updates regarding the show or any new special things that may be coming available.
And you can follow that at the Basement Show with Mr. Nast. So, Mr. Nast, I will give you this one.
The reaction one? Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the reaction one.
So we always ask that if you enjoy what you're watching, whether it's the Basement Show, Jimmy Duke's Gaming, Dark Nexus, The Ordinary Misfits, or any other stream that you watch on Facebook, if you like what you're watching, drop them a reaction. It could be a thumbs up, heart, cheer. If you like what you're watching, if you don't like what you're watching, drop an angry face or a crying emoji. It lets us.
I would like to apologize for the mad face I did the other day. I did not know I did that.
Rude.
Rude.
Yeah, really?
I didn't know I did that.
We let her back on the show. Rude.
Yeah.
Now we know we pissed one off, so we might get another one after this show's over with. We never know.
That is true.
But no, the reactions are just a free way to support any of the small town streamers that you do know. I know at the end of every show, we like to shout out to those who do drop a reaction on our shows. We appreciate everyone who does, even if they are angry faces. But it is just a free way to support, and it helps that streamer out know what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. Plus, it gets them into a very tough algorithm, especially on Facebook. Yep.
I'm going to take the next one. So it's coming. The Basement Show is going 24 hours starting Friday, December 13th at 9 p.m. That is 8 days away. And it's going to end Saturday, December 14th at 9 p.m. If you are interested in helping, contact Mr. Nast or myself by this Friday. Do we have a time by this Friday or no?
12 a.m.
So 12 midnight.
Yep.
12 midnight this coming Friday is the cutoff. If you want to get a spot on the Basement Show for the 24-hour show, contact us. Let us know what time you're thinking and let us know what you would like to talk about. And then we can get back to you.
Bill has a lot to say.
It will be here and before you know it. And the lineup is already insane. On Monday the 2nd, this coming Monday, we are going to have the complete show lineup with all the personalities that are going to be on. And we will have what times they will be on. So please, if you want to be on this, contact Mr. Nast or myself, or go through the Basement Show page by Friday night at midnight.
Yep. So, well, I should say 11:59. Once it's 12 a.m. the 30th.
Not
Done.
taking any more. Oh, Dawn shut herself off. She's going to have to come back on because Miss Grimm, you're taking this one.
Yeah.
Hold on a
Gift
second.
of life. Consider being an organ donor. Scan the QR code on the Basement Show with Mr. Nast page. Think about it. Grimm and I believe that when you pass, that your organs are no longer needed. Please consider giving it to somebody who could use it. The Gift of Life has hit our family very, very big. We try to do a lot with them. I've actually been talking with the coordinator over at Howie's house on how we can give back and how we can help. It takes less than 2 minutes to sign up. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to help somebody else with their life. And it's the ultimate gift.
Look.
And right now, the Gift of Life is looking for 50,000 people to sign up for their 50th year. Remember, every day there are up to 500,000 people waiting for an organ donation. And right now, also, other ways that you can help if you would like to help. The Gift of Life, Howie's House. This is where people go to stay when their loved ones are waiting a organ donation, organ transplant. Right now, they are in the need of $40,000. So if there's any way that you can help, please help them. It is a wonderful organization. Every dollar that you donate to them will get used exactly what it is for. They will not use it for just anything.
If anybody's interested in going to donate time when Grim and I go, Grim and I are going to go do a lot of work in the kitchen and helping feed the families that are there. I volunteer to go over and help clean the rooms when families leave.
Pop, pop.
So, you got anything else there?
But your granddaughter's calling you.
I see, but guess what? I'm giving you the toughest one of them all.
Ooh, which is? Oh, okay. Give me a second. So as you see on the bottom, justice for AJ and Hope. As we like to say, if you see this, please share it. If you know somebody that wants to know about it, explain to them the story. If you really knew them or you knew about the situation, these people want to learn about what happened. Let them know what happened and let this be known to everybody that, my brother and my sister deserve the justice because their life was cut short, something that they didn't deserve because of people's actions. It caused those consequences of my brother and my sister. It's a fighting battle, but I know at the end that AJ and Hope will get the justice that they deserve at the end of all of this.
And as me and Mr. Nass say every night, this is one of the toughest banners because we never know quite what to go with. This day is coming very, very soon, sooner than anybody would think. And they are going to get the justice that they deserve. And hopefully this will change things so that other people will not have to bury their children, to take a loss of a child, to take a loss of anybody because of somebody's actions that they just don't care. And that's what this came down to. And as Mr. Nass says,
Always loved, always missed, never forgotten.
there you go. So at this point here, we have hit our final spot of the night. And Cora says, hi, Elena.
Say hi, cousin.
So we have hit our spot for the night. About 2.5 hours on a premiere show. Mr. Nass' brainchild, another brainchild of Mr. Nass. Thank you, Mr. Nass. And goes out to you.
Say thank you, Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
But I can't take credit for this one. This was a recommendation from a viewer of the Basement Show. I made a post asking if there was anything that we could do to get people more engaging, and the person had commented about like a mental health show. I know we stressed it. We stressed mental health very big here. We did a whole month about it. Why not make it a namestay show where you can just come in and let it out?
And Cora says, great show. Thank you, Cora.
It's only going to get better.
It will only get better as we go because each week we will have different segments that we are going to try and do, about trying to let it out, things that affect people today. This is going to be the serious show of the week. Our other shows, we joke around, we have fun. We are thankful for the Basement Show. Happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. You too as well, sir.
Yeah.
Enjoy your day tomorrow. So what we are going to do is we're going to do this a little bit reverse. So tonight, we're going to let Spawn start with her bye.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye, Moo.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Moo, say bye-bye. You can
Bye-bye.
talk after.
You talk Pop after, okay? Say bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Nope.
No. Miss Grimm?
Have a good night, everybody. Be safe. Don't eat too much. Remember, set your scales back 15 pounds. That way we don't know about the Thanksgiving weight gain. And see you guys soon.
Everybody, have a safe and happy holiday tomorrow. If you are traveling, Happy Thanksgiving. You too as well, Cora. Everybody stay safe,
Love you,
stay
sis.
happy, stay healthy, and enjoy your day tomorrow. She's blowing kisses to everybody. Again, until I see you again, everybody. Deuces from the Reverend. Mr. Nast, close us out.
I just wanted to take a quick second and say thank you to everybody. These past two and a half years have been absolutely amazing. To see a vision of mine grow into what it has grown into, what it's going to keep growing into, is absolutely amazing. Everyone who comes in every single night, I can't thank you all enough for help build this. I didn't think this was going to last. I'm not going to lie. I gave myself 6 months and I said, oh, I'll probably lose interest in this and back off. Because I'm not one to sit in front of a camera or talk in front of a mic. But to know I'm still going strong 30 months later is because of all you who go watch these shows live, watch these shows on the record. So tomorrow when I'm sitting down to be thankful for a lot of things, I am thankful for the people that have supported this show since day one. It is absolutely amazing. It's sometimes emotional because you put your heart and soul into something and you don't think it's going to succeed. You set yourself short, but you see the growth. I want to continue to grow this channel any way I can. So thank you to everybody. Have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you next week. You can run the outro.
Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.